I'm Lewis.
And I'm Drew.
I'm Jason.
And we're going to talk to you about
P188,
which is all about
installment sales.
Problem 18.8 requires us to recognize revenue using the installment sales method. You may be asking yourself, how are we going to do that? Drew is going to tell us exactly that.
Before we get started, let's take a step back and understand why we are doing installment sales method. The installment sales method is one of three methods used to recognize revenue after delivery. Those three methods are the cost recovery method, the deposit method, and the installment sales method, which is where we recognize revenue in periods of cash collection rather than the period of sale.
We're given installment sales for 3 years. We're given the sales, the cost of sales, and they even compute gross profit for us. We're also asked to compute the gross profit for each of the 3 years and prepare all the necessary journal entries applying the installment sales method.
Under the installment sales method, revenue is recognized using a gross profit percentage applied to the cash collected during that period. The gross profit percentage is computed this way. Gross profit for that year over sales for that year.
So now we're going to compute the gross profit percentage for each year, starting in 2010. So we need our gross profit over our sales for that year, which equals 38% in 2010. Now we're going to do 2011 and 2012 really fast. So in 2011 we have 37%, and in 2012 we have 35%. Let's move on. Now we're going to compute the realized gross profit for each of the 3 years. And the way that we do that is by obtaining our gross profit percentage for each of the years and applying it to the cash collections that were done in that year. So for 2010, we've collected $75,000. So we're going to apply the gross profit percentage that we calculated to the $75,000 to get $28,500. Now there are no cash collections in 2011 and 2012. So in 2010, realized gross profit is $28,500. Now let's go on to 2011. We're going to do the same exact thing that we did with 2012. So the total gross profit realized is going to be $75,000. And now I'm going to do 2012. So here we have it. We did the same exact thing, except we had 3 cash collections on 3 separate years of sales. So our total for 2012 is $98,400.
This is part B of problem 18.8. We're doing really easy journal entries. Receipt of sales revenue, $280,000. The receipt of cash, we have our credits here for years 2010, 11, and 12. And then the cost of installment sales and the credit to inventory. This is our installment revenue, 2012. The cost of installment sales is here. This is deferred, but we cannot recognize it yet because it is installment sales. We calculate these figures from our cash collections. They're realized here, and then we close them out through income summary here.